that was so cute. Thanks. Hi. We've been talking about this for like a year.
Ages.
Oh God, you did warn me that you're competitive.
Yeah, I'm very competitive, especially with Connect 4, but yeah.
I'm excited.
My inflation is way more than 3.8%. Way more. So, my gym's gone up by like 10%. Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
My mortgage went up by 27%. Utilities are through the roof. So I coined a new term, meflation. I keep hitting you.
That's all right. That was my one place. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of From Roots to Fruits. I'm your host, Arlene. And today we're joined by someone who's been supporting Roots to Fruits along the way. She's doing amazing work in educating people on how to just understand their finances and navigate the confusion and the mystique. She is a qualified accountant. She has loads of experience in commercial finance, but her passion is finance is fun with Rach, and she is educating the masses, doing well on TikTok, so definitely check her out. And I'm excited for today's conversation. Welcome, Rach.
Oh, that was so cute. Thanks.
Hi. We've been talking about this for like a year.
Ages. Oh gosh, so when you put it like that.
I'm so happy though that it's happening now, because I feel like we're closer and we've grown in our independence and then supporting each other as well. So I feel like it's built on a foundation. So I hope it's going to be a good conversation.
I'm sure it will be. I feel safe in your hands, so yes.
You are safe. I just did the LinkedIn introduction. So could you give us more of your introduction? Let us know about yourself and what led you to Finance is Fun with Ray.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Rachel. As you mentioned, yes, I'm a qualified chartered accountant. I'm also an economics graduate, and I've got over a decade of experience in commercial finance. So yeah, I guess I love all things numbers. And I would say I've got a lot of creative outlets as well. I love sewing, keeping my hands busy, sewing, knitting, hand embroidery and things like that. So I've also got like a very creative side to me too. But I guess what led me to Finance is Fun with Rach, I've been doing a lot of like financial literacy stuff for a while. But I guess I've never really like brought it to light, if that makes sense. So I guess obviously my job being in commercial finance, a lot of the things that I do is finance business partnering with people that are non-finance. So it is really my bread and butter to ensure that people who aren't, in the finance world understand their numbers, because they're in control of, their profits, they're in control of how their performance runs, etc. So I really just enjoy that part, because I think it brings out like the people skills that I have and building relationships. So doing Finance is Fun with Rach is very similar to that. I've done like financial coaching in the past, but it was always with friends and, helping friends get out of debt and seeing how actually they've transformed their lives. I guess really, just motivated me and encouraged me to just do more, because you're actually noticing a difference that you make in people's lives. And I've also helped with charities in terms of going into schools and helping young girls understand finance. So yeah, that's something I've always worked on in the background. And then I took a career break in November 2024, and I was out of work for about a year, and I was like, you know what, let's just do this. Let's just go. And then I met you actually a few months before I took my career break, but when I knew I was leaving the organisation that I was with last, and you were talking about Roots to Fruits, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this girl. This is my steez. This is my vibe. Let's get to it. So yeah, we obviously had a conversation and we connected, and then I helped you and supported you with workshops. So yeah, and then I guess during that time of work, I was able to actually put a lot of time and effort into my passions and the things that I was actually I really enjoy. Being on TikTok also allows me to bring the creative outlet into it as well, like editing the videos and adding different fonts and colours and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it helps look at both of my personalities basically.
You're rebranding finances and genuinely bringing the fun into it.
Thank you.
I was like looking at like all your videos earlier, and there's just optimism. It's colourful.
Thanks.
I think it's your personality
Thank
literally
you.
coming out.
Oh, thanks, girl.
You're explaining something that's complex and others might find boring. And then they're like, oh, you've made it so simple for me. So you're doing really well there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I think in terms of what you mentioned, in regards to kind of bringing the experience that you have in supporting people in businesses and then bringing it and then explaining stuff outside of that, so maybe just personal finances, I also think that that's quite great. But how did you gain the confidence to say, okay, I'm genuinely going to start now, I'm going to take a break and start my business essentially and go for it?
Yeah, it's a good question actually. And I was thinking about this as well, because I don't know if there was like one thing that happened or like one pivotal point, but I guess I had worked a lot in my career, like getting my qualifications. So I felt like I did everything that I had to do and was told to do. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to be a bit selfish. Now it's about me and I'm going to do something that I want to do. So actually, I remember when I was telling people that I was going to quit my job and they were like, to do what? What are you doing? Where are you going? And I was like, are you going to, the key one was, you're going to go traveling. You're going to go travel the world.
That's
I'm like,
what people normally do.
And I was like, no, actually, that's not on my list. That's not actually on my list. So yeah, I think I just got to a point where I was like, I've done everything that I felt that I had to do. And now I'm just going to be really selfish and do something that I enjoy. In terms of actually getting the confidence, I think it's a work in progress, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, my sister will tell you, like, the first time I recorded my video, I was probably like second guessing it like a million and trillion times. And funnily enough, I actually never wanted to ever usually be on camera. So she's really creative and she's into filming videos, editing, etc. And every time she'd catch me on a vlog or something, I'd be like, yeah, take me out. I don't want my face to be seen. So it's actually quite ironic that I'm doing videos on TikTok now. So yeah, I wouldn't say, I've got all the confidence in the world. I'd say it's definitely a work in progress, and it's just having like a forget it moment. I'm trying not to swear. Just having like kind of a forget it moment, like, whatever, man. Like just do it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst that could happen? And I always think, you can be a bit conscious of like, what about if no one watches your videos? Well, then actually no one watched it, so you've got nothing to be embarrassed about anyway. Exactly. So you might as well do it anyway. So yeah, I think I just had like a forget it moment and just thought, yeah, why not? What have you got to lose?
When I do my videos, I'm like, I know like my aunt and I know my cousin are going to watch it. So I'm
all
just doing
two
it
of
for them.
Yeah. I'll put in the family group chat. Exactly. Everyone else watches great. Yeah.
You just owe it to them. You just owe it to your sister.
Absolutely.
Your sister's gonna watch.
Exactly.
But yeah, you've had loads of like videos that have done well, particularly the kind of understanding your payslip one, which you everyone should understand it. And you think, and I've seen stuff on there as well. I was like, what
is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Till this day still, actually. I'm like, what is this?
So yeah, no, that it's really great.
Thank you.
I just want to understand from maybe your childhood and from earlier on in life, what has been your attitude towards money?
Yeah. That's a good question, actually. I think my mum is very savvy with money.
Great.
And very financially responsible. And being a single parent as well to 4 kids, she didn't really have a choice. But she actually made, and she's a hustler. It's the Nigerian in us. I'm going to be real. So I think actually growing up with that definitely was ingrained in me. Always see her working hard and not just saving money, but like investing it and starting a business and doing something else with it. So I think that's always been around me. And I was one of the kids that sold like cookies and donuts in the playground. So I've always kind of been like, well, if I want something, I'm going to work hard for it, get the money and get it myself. So that's always been my attitude with money from the get-go, just being around, making sure you're financially responsible and, every coin has a job essentially, but especially if there's not much to go around, I guess. So yeah, that's always been it from the start. And then I guess when I got older, funny enough, when I went to uni, I say I probably slipped up a little bit because I was just like, the student loan is here. Let's go.
I see thousands in my bank account.
Yeah, like, what's this? So I obviously I think I probably got a little bit excited with that. But I realised, I was like, wait, hold on. wait, I still have to pay the rent, I still have to do this. You learn to budget really quickly because there was no bank of mum and dad. Like that was never an option for me. So I just knew I had to get it together. I didn't have a choice. So I really had to, you know, get my things in order. I started working a part-time job as well and knew that I wanted to do other things like travel a little bit, etc. So there was no other option but to save. And I think having that installed in me from childhood to my teen years, when I got my big girl job, it was second nature. So yeah, I don't play with my money. Like it's I'm very strict with it. And I think that's definitely helped me get to where I am.
That's a great foundation, and now you're passing it on to others.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really love it. I think I'm gonna pause the questions because we have a new segment in From Roots to Fruits where we play a game and then we can ask questions whilst we play the game.
I love that.
So I've got a few games. Cool. Would you like to pick between cards, Connect Four, and Jenga?
Connect Four.
Connect.
Let's get to it. Okay. Let's go. I need to remember I'm on the podcast. I should be.
You did warn me that you're competitive.
Yeah, I'm very competitive, especially with Connect Four. But yeah,
I'm excited. Okay, which color would you like to pick?
I'll be yellow, please.
Yellow. Okay, cool. I'll start from over here.
Oh,
yes. Okay, so we each question.
Calm down, Rachel.
You're like, I'm here for the game. I'm here to play.
Oh gosh.
We can do the questions later.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so first question. What is your payday routine?
Oh, so my payday routine actually starts a week before payday. The first thing I do is audit my spending. So I always review my spending for the last month because I like to G-check myself and I like to be honest with myself. Yeah. And sometimes you can slip up intentionally or unintentionally. So the first thing I do is audit my spending, track every single transaction and see why, you know, where maybe my spending habits weren't conducive to my goals. So that's the first thing I do. After that, I have my budget tracker and I have already planned my salary for the year, actually.
Amazing.
And I do it in order of obviously the bills that have to be paid. So you've got to do your mortgage, you've got to do your utilities, your rent, whatever it may be. And then any sort of debt repayments that you might have. So the things that definitely have to come out. After that for me is savings and investment because my goals are the most important thing to me when it comes to financially. Also, always remember to pay your tithes. That comes down to you. That's in utilities and rent as well with outgoings. So that for me, in terms of giving back, charity, tithes, whatever it may be, is also part of that. Anything after that, I can enjoy myself. But it has to be in that order. It's always in that order. And if anything changes, you know, throughout the year, then I make sure obviously I review that as well.
You've adjusted it.
Yeah.
And I think we should quick shout out for the template that you've got. It's on Etsy.
Yes, yeah. It's I've got a budget tracker on Etsy that I sell. So yeah, Finance is Fun with Rach is my shop. I actually did my first one in 2020 and then revamped this one last year. So that one includes the auditing section as well, because that's something that I think is super important for people to do.
Yeah. And if anyone likes fun colors and or liking their Excel spreadsheet to be interesting with a dashboard and everything, definitely check it out.
Thank
and we'll
you.
put a link in there.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks, girl.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey. We should remind everyone what the rules of the games are, just in case they've never played Connect Four.
Of course, yes.
So the idea is to match 4 in a row, you know, horizontally, vertically, at any line.
Or diagonally,
any way. So the first one to do that with. Yes. And I can feel the competitive. Love it. Okay, so this week loads has happened in the news. So we've had an announcement before the budget, and the budget is due like in the last week of November. And one thing that's come out recently, which I feel like you might really like, is that like financial education in school
Yes.
is being
Yes.
introduced in the next few years, and they're going to be teaching content on budgeting, compound interest, money management, and mortgages. I thought like, wow, okay, this is
Very
great.
good. Very good.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I think that's really good, especially the mortgages one, because, you know, since our parents' ability to buy a house versus now, there are so many schemes out there that it's almost hard to keep up. And also, I feel like kids are like sponges.
Yeah.
They have the ability to learn, and the quicker you teach them, the better they'll get. So teaching them things like mortgages and things that can be actually really complex, compounding interest, if they have the ability to understand that now, by the time they get to our age, they're thriving. So yeah, I think it is amazing. And I know a lot of people have worked very hard behind the scenes to get that going. It has been, an ongoing fight. So the fact that actually we are taking a step ahead is fantastic.
Yeah,
So
about
amazing.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope though that the resources are then put towards the right thing, so then this actually makes a difference for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And I hope it's in all schools as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Another good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
Speaking of young people, how, and you've done loads of work in schools,
Yeah.
by the way. Which subjects were you kind of covering? Is it overall?
Oh, so I've done credit cards, I've done budgeting, and I've taught them also about like interest rates, etc. So
Amazing.
those topics are the ones that I've covered, which have been a lot of fun. And they're smart, man. They challenged me. I was like, oh, that's a good question. let me get back to you on that one. Yeah. So It's, really good.
Well, on that subject, in terms of understanding what a credit score is for a young person, how would you kind of support them with that?
Yeah. So I guess first, to understand a credit score, I would teach them about credit first. Credit is just the ability to borrow money now and pay it back later. And it can be either good or bad. Whatever way you choose, it's data. So do not forget that. Like, the moves you make will be your data and will be used for or against you in the future. So in terms of how you can borrow money for good, you can obviously use it for building assets. So buying a property, for example, or to better yourself from an educational perspective, or investing in a business or in your own business. So those are ways that you can use it for good. And obviously ways that you can use it for bad is when it comes to things like, things that depreciate, that lose value. So clothes, shoes, ClearPay, Klarna. I've seen ASOS have a credit card now. Sure. No, we're not doing that. So things like that, I would say, is using it for bad. And I guess when you build your credit, that provides you with a credit score. So it's just some sort of historical information that lenders have to understand whether you're trustworthy or not. So obviously, if you pay back things on time and they don't have to chase you up for giving them their money back, then you have a good credit score. But if you don't do that and you do the completely opposite, then your credit score tends to be bad. And that can impact you in the future because you're not seen as trustworthy. And how would you feel borrowing money to someone again if when you borrowed it to them the first time, they didn't do what they said they would? So yeah, that's how I'd summarize it.
Very, very easy way to learn. Yeah. I think 8-year-old me would have understood.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Thank you. It's your go again.
Oh,
I need to be on it.
after all this chat, if I lose, just cut this bit out, yeah? Next.
This will be running on repeat every week. Okay, so I think that's for young people. And now I'm just thinking of a few of, people that probably you've coached or talked to in the past that have maybe bad habits or relationships with money. And, it's a positive thing that you have a good foundation when you're younger in terms of the attitude that you then have. But a lot of people won't have that experience and are trying to change things around. What would you say to them on how to tackle kind of their attitude towards and their relationship with money?
Yeah, I'd say the first thing is identifying it, because I think a lot of the time people with bad money habits like to bury their head in the sand because that's probably the most comfortable thing to do. But the quicker you identify it, the easier it gets, essentially, because you can do something with something you've identified. Yeah. So I'd say that's definitely the first thing. The second thing to understand is you actually can change it. It's not something that's non-reversible and always has to stay the same. So that's just to give people encouragement. Like, just because you've been bad with money in the past doesn't mean it's always going to be that way, as long as you identify it. I've worked with people that have been in tens of thousands of pounds of debt and are now debt-free and now have investments and savings. Amazing. So it is possible to make the change. So yeah, after identifying it and knowing that you have the ability to change it, the next thing I do was actually just noticing where those bad habits might come from. Sometimes I actually find, like with the one-to-one coaching, and you probably find this as well, a lot of it is therapy. Like, it's actually just talking to people and understanding actually, why did you do said thing? It makes you feel better. We've all heard of retail therapy, right? It makes you feel better. It's that short-term fix, and we're all about instant gratification nowadays. So it's just also identifying where that behavior has come from, and therefore how can we reverse it. But also it's knowing as well, like, you can actually show yourself how much you love yourself by being better with money.
Yeah.
Because one thing, that financial stress is real. And especially nowadays, cost of living, inflation, it's just continuous. The last thing you would want is to apply financial stress on yourself. So actually showing yourself, it's an element of self-love and self-care, of actually being like, I'm going to look after the coins that I have to ensure that actually I'm setting myself up better for the future.
Yeah.
So... yeah.
I love that rebrand in terms of it's actually showing that you love yourself and it's looking after yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that financial stress is one of the biggest stress causes, and if you can avoid that, then even better. I mean, in terms of, this is an extra side question for people that might be feeling like, you know what, I've got a lot of debt, I don't know what to do, but then they can't speak to somebody. How would you, because a lot of people will think this, but they just don't know what the next step is. What would you say to them?
I would say, actually, and I've dealt with someone quite recently with this, is just to speak to someone. My DMs are open if you need someone to chat to. Don't feel ashamed, because I think people that are in debt think they're the only ones. There's so many people out there that are experiencing the same thing. Like, you are genuinely not alone. So again, don't feel ashamed. Bring it to light, because the quicker you do that, the quicker you can get out of it and actually find a solution for it. So yeah, my DMs are open. I'm sure yours are as well. Like, there's so many people out there that are willing to support. But yeah, keeping it to yourself is not... is probably making it that worse. So yeah, and there's solutions. There are solutions. So just getting to understand what those solutions are and having someone who can financially educate you on the options out there would just lift that off of your, be a weight lifted off your shoulder.
Yeah. The amount of times when, like, coaching somebody and just talking about it, and then they're like, oh, we've got a plan now. Yeah. They haven't actually done anything. Yes. They haven't started to act on it, but just talking it through, they feel a lot better. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
That. Okay, would you like to go again?
Oh, yes, please.
Where am I?
You're red.
What am I doing?
To be fair, it's still early.
Okay, fine.
It's very early.
I was like, what's my play here? Okay, I'm back.
Yes. That's what the losers say, guys. No, I'm joking.
All right, this is being kept in. This is being kept in. Sorry. Hey, so we've seen that you're really good at explaining technical terms, which is really great.
Thank you.
And one of the videos that I saw that you did really well in terms of explaining what inflation is. So do you mind sharing, like, what is inflation and why should we care?
Yeah, good question. It's a very hot topic, actually, and I just recorded some videos this morning about it as well, because it's on everyone's lips 24/7. Inflation is essentially just the average increase of the price of the things we buy. And it happens all the time, by the way. It's not actually well, it wasn't anything to be worried about, right? Because the Bank of England's inflation target has been 2%. So seeing that yearly increase of 2% isn't anything to be worried about. I think obviously what the issue is now is inflation's a lot more than that.
Yes.
We're tracking at 3.8% now, and wages aren't moving. So things are getting really expensive and your money's not moving either. The gap's getting bigger, basically. But yes, yeah. But that's essentially what inflation is. It's just the average increase of the things that we buy, and heavy on that average as well. Because one thing to note is they calculate it using the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, which is just a basket of random goods, but it's meant to reflect how we spend. But that's not necessarily reflective of your own life. So it's also important to know that, yes, it's a good indicator of the economy around you, but might not be a clear indicator of what you're experiencing. My inflation is way more than 3.8%. Way more.
What are you buying?
Girl, what are they selling? My gym's gone up by like 10%. Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
My mortgage went up by 27%. Utilities are through the roof. So I coined a new term, meflation. Clack it.
Like it.
So it's just also understanding there's inflation, but then there's also your own inflation. There's your meflation. So yeah, making sure you know the difference of that as well.
I see. So is that do you see it when you're doing your monthly budget? Is
Exactly.
that when you notice it?
Yeah, exactly that. And also just going into a shop, like, I'm like, no. That chicken did not cost me almost £10 before. So what are we doing here? So yeah, you see it daily, right? And again, in the past, you'd see slow increases in like a year gap.
Felt it.
Now you're seeing it every month.
Yes.
You're seeing it quite regularly. So it's just to be mindful of that.
On that subject, in terms of how people actually feel, they feel like, you know what, I don't have anything left now. And we don't know what the actual budget is. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. So I'm not asking you that, but in terms of, a lot of people have said that maybe there could be income tax or some other forms of tax introduced.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Try not to be pessimistic. If there are income taxes, if they touch income tax, I wouldn't be surprised. Just because it makes up 25% of the income that comes in. So for the government, so it's an easy one to touch essentially to help fill the massive hole that they have. But also it's to be mindful that if they touch it and income tax raises, not great. Even if they don't touch it, they've still touched it because the bands have not moved.
Yes.
So the tax band's £0 to 12,570. Yeah. 0%. I couldn't even tell you how long that's been for. I think it's been forever.
Since 2021, I feel like
it's been for a while, right? 12,570 in 2021 is not 12,570 today. Yeah. So whichever way they touch it, they've touched it. I don't know how to say. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yes. They're not factoring for inflation as well. So yeah, if they increase it even more, then yeah, it's hard because it impacts, unfortunately, the everyday people. Yeah. We'll see.
It's a hard one, right? Because it's like we don't really have much control over it. But so how can people prepare, or what can people do after that? Yeah. After the budget announcement, and let's say that income tax goes up.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Well, I guess the reality is if income tax goes up, you're going to have less money in your pocket. That's reality. And there's some parts of your bills that you can't control, right? So your rent, for example, might not be as easily controllable if you don't have parents to go back home to, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really about how you're using. If you do have disposable income, review your spending, understand where your money is going month in, month out, and understand where you can make those changes. They might feel or seem little, but again, everything adds up. That's one. Also understanding about your debt as well, your debt position, knowing how much interest you're being charged. Can you do something else with it? Can you transfer, for example, to a 0% balance transfer card, just to ensure that your outgoings aren't as stretched, essentially. So I guess those are, say, two quick wins. And yeah, it's just to think about especially if you're over consuming. I think that's very common nowadays. If you're over consuming and there's still goals that you still want to buy a house or you want to increase your savings and your investment, now's the time to put down them shoes.
My mom says you need to, pull up your socks?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Some of us just need to be grown adults with some of the purchases we're buying, because a lot of frivolous spending is also happening, right? So yeah, just be mindful of that, because essentially you are just going to have less in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a hard one, but we have to do what we have to do.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know a lot of people do say this, but do also look at other income streams, however small or big, even if it's just to cover a direct debit that you have coming out. So it's just one less thing you have to stress or worry about. Then yeah.
And those are the things that are within your control. We can't, we're not in the government.
Exactly.
But you can control what happens for your life. Hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool, great tips. Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh. Sorry, I keep hitting you.
That's all right. That was my one play.
I know.
What do we do now? Okay. I'm taking this a lot more.
Yeah, me too. I weren't playing before. Sorry.
Okay, back to we're recording a podcast.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Let's get serious.
Okay, so how can people manage their budget if they feel like they're not good with money? Because you must have heard this a lot of times by now, especially even in the workplace, that I'm not good with numbers.
I also hear that from people with finances. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I want people to know, that most of the times it's the people that work in finance that I find are actually worse with their money than those that don't. So it's okay.
Yes.
It's actually okay.
Yeah, no, because there's something there, because I feel like if you're managing someone else's money, it feels like, oh yeah, this is just my job.
Yes.
And then ask me, what's happening in your household, and then it's like, oh, it's not connecting.
Absolutely.
So there's a market there in terms of who you can go and coach.
Like it. Okay. Noted.
So for those people that feel like I'm not good with numbers, what can they do to then start, preparing for a budget and get, comfortable with managing their finances?
I'd say first thing is to write it down. Sometimes when I speak to people, they'll be like, yeah, my budget's in my head. I'm like, how? Are you not stressed? Like, there's a lot going on up there, especially if you're not comfortable with numbers. So the first thing to do is just write it down, whether it is on a budget tracker, whether it's just in your notes section, whatever it is, write down all of your outgoings. What are the things that you're responsible for? So that's the first thing to do when it comes to budgeting. Second thing is being realistic. I think sometimes if you've never budgeted before and then you want to go to budgeting, a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, I never saved anything and now I'm going to save 2/3 of my payslip. I'm like, come on. Yeah. Come on, brother and sister. This is not real. Let's be real. Because the whole point of budgeting is it is not just a short-term thing. You want to ensure you're building long-term habits, right? So start small, start slow, and know that, it's like a marathon, not a race, right? Yeah. So that's the other thing, to be realistic. And the other thing as well is I would always say to audit yourself. Check where your money is going before, because sometimes it's easy to budget for the gym and the phone bill because that's same amount every month. But when you ask people, how much do you spend on a food shop? They're like, oof, I don't actually know. How much do you spend going out, like eating out or going out with your friends? Oh, I'm not sure. No, track your spending from previous months and know actually where your money's really going. So then that allows you to set a realistic budget going forward. And if anything needs to cut, you know where and how you can cut those things.
That's a great and easy place to start. It's within your means. Just start writing it down. Use a pen and a paper if that's what you prefer.
Keep it old school.
Yes,
that's
absolutely sometimes the scary part to start writing it
absolutely
down.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, brilliant. It's your go.
Oh,
I think the only thing I can do now is just block you.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
I can't see any play that I can make for
I'm not sure about my plays either now, to be honest. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
Honestly, I don't doubt you. So the next question is how to talk to loved ones about finances. So I'm thinking about, there's been a lot of conversation online around in relationships, how you can talk to, your partner, when to talk to them, as well as just maybe your siblings, your parents. How do you start that conversation if you've never had it before?
Ooh, that's an interesting one, because I also think it's not surface level, and I don't think there's a one size fits all either. Because I have a very close relationship with my family, and we're all very open about finances, and therefore that works for us to just have those open and honest conversations. Me and my brother talk about investing all the time. Nice. We're always talking about, what's going on in the market? What do you think? What stock you picking next? But not everyone has that safe space, and not everyone has that relationship with family, partners, siblings, whatever it may be. So I'd always say, make sure whoever you're talking to with your finances, you are comfortable with them. I'd say that's the first thing. And it's a safe space to be in. It's not a place where you're being abused. It's not a place, whether it be, financially abused, physically abused, whatever it may be. So I think that's the first thing, actually, to ensure that it's a safe space. I can't remember your question now in terms of whether I'm answering it.
No, I think you did. So in terms of how to approach it, so make sure that this is within a safe space, and then just start having the conversation.
Yeah.
And I like that, within your family, you have that relationship already. And I think it's good to start by talking about the good stuff.
Yes.
So the fun things about investing. And
definitely.
Like that. So then if anything does then happen and it's now a bit negative, like, I can't believe I'm in this much debt, you're not holding it to yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you can have that conversation.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even if you don't have that with family or siblings, you might have it with friends. Or if you don't have it with them, you've got so many platforms and places to have those conversations. So also be aware of, people that can support you on social media and stuff. So yeah, just make sure it's a safe place. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, sorry, I keep knocking you.
That's okay. That doesn't impact anything. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you've mentioned investments, and we're not giving any investment advice to anybody.
Clock it.
But a theme for today's session has been around people starting and, how can they start doing something. So the question is, if I have never invested before, where should I start? Because there's so much online now.
Yeah.
So where's step one?
Do you know what, actually? So I'd first understand the basic concepts of investing. What is the difference between investing and saving? So I'd make sure I understand the basics of that. How are the different ways that I can invest? So ETFs, index funds, or single stocks. I think when you understand those, that might be a helpful sort of ground and foundation to start. Google is your best friend. There are so many podcasts out there. There are so many, education tips. But even if it's just a basic Google, just understanding those single terms, I think is a good starting point. And then I'd look into also micro investing platforms, because that's actually how I started investing, because I did not have a clue what was going on. I just knew, there's this thing called the stock market and you should put your money there. Yeah. So I actually started with the micro investing platforms, where they first try and make you understand, they try and understand your risk attitude first. Are you risk averse? Are you a bit risk seeking? And that depends, whichever one you choose, depends on how they choose the stocks for you. So then that got me asking more questions. Okay, why does a risk-seeking person get that one, but a risk-averse person gets that one? So be curious with it. I think that's what scares people a lot in finances and investment, actually. They're scared to be curious because they think that they're meant to know. Just assume nobody knows. because more times no one's got a clue. So just start and assume nobody knows and just ask questions. And whether that be to, friends or different platforms that are out there. I think I did a whole series on it actually, on investing. So start with, voices that you can trust, for example. That's what I'd say. Educate yourself to start.
And what are those type of micro accounts? What is it, micro platforms?
Yes.
You mentioned.
Oh, so there's Moneybox.
Okay, brilliant.
Moneybox. There is Plum. Those are the two that I've got in my head. Yeah.
Those type of.
Those, yeah. So Moneybox and Plum are the two main ones that I think a lot of people would know about, essentially.
Yeah, but do your own research.
Do your own research. Yes. But also make sure you understand the difference as well between index funds and single stocks. I think when you get that,
you're good to go.
You're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. Oh. Well, you weren't giving me any choice in this one, so. Yeah.
I think we should. Let's wrap up the game.
Sorry. Hold on a minute.
I think I'm gonna have to do just one reel of just us.
What do you mean wrap up the game? This is what I came here for.
Wrap up the game. That's how I know. This is why I was like, I'm using games. That's the only way I can get you here.
Oh dear.
Rachel, you're relaxing. We're wrapping the game up. And then we'll do the closing off question.
Oh yeah, sure. But no, we haven't got a winner yet. How can you wrap it up?
No, what I mean is let's finish the.
Let's finish it.
Bad choice of words. That's why you're upset.
Yes.
You're crying.
What do you mean go wrap up connect for? Oh God. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. But this has been your favourite recording, eh?
Yeah. I haven't I've got when these start to you can feel these
pain. Oh gosh.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is it my turn? Mm-hmm. I don't like the way you're smiling. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I thought you won for a second. I thought, no way. Am I blind? Nigel, I know they carry last. Oh, gosh. I feel like home. Let's start this episode again. Let's start now. I'm on a roll, guys. What do you mean? Do you see me? I don't know. At first I was like, oh my gosh, it's her well because she won. Ain't no way. It was because I won. Of course it was. Oh gosh, I love it here.
This is so different to how we started. All right, let's go.
You're gonna start. So what did Rachel Reeves say, huh?
Exactly.
Tell me about what's going on in the budget.
And how do you feel about Kia? Tell us what you think about Kia.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm so hot.
I guess congratulations on winning the game.
Oh, should we so take out the bits where I was laughing at you? Oh, thank you so much. I'm so humbly pleased to have won.
This part isn't gonna be. So we're gonna wrap up, and I'm gonna ask you a question that I always ask guests, because a few people love to read financial books or want to educate themselves a bit more. You mentioned kind of go out there, do your research. Is there a book that you might recommend? If not book, maybe other types of content.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, there are a couple books I would recommend. But I'd also there's a few movies that I'd recommend.
Ooh.
And series, because I'm definitely more of a watcher. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that even a word? I don't know.
It is.
I'm more of a watcher when it comes to finance stuff. So I would recommend, there's a series on Netflix called Money Explained. So I would recommend that one. I would also recommend a couple of movies. There's one called, I believe it's The Laundromat. And it actually teaches you about somewhat the history of money.
In America.
It's with the guy that was in Spy Kids, the dad. So that's
but doesn't it have Devil Wears Prada? As
yes,
well?
is it Meryl Streep?
Meryl
Streep. Yes, it's got her. That is a really good movie. So yeah, I'd recommend those as well, because I love a bit of history when it comes to finances and money too. When I read books, it's actually not like a how-to guides. I'm not that much of a reader on those things. A couple of finance books that I've read recently is one called The 7 Myths About Money by, I think it's Rob Dix. And that was really good, because I felt like he was just looking at things a completely different way that I don't view things, and actually some don't agree with, but I like to challenge myself in that way, to read things about people that have different opinions to myself. And then I really enjoyed The Trading Game by Gary Stevenson. I'm a big Gary Stevenson fan, actually. And that was quite an interesting take in terms of his life as on the trading floor, for example. So yeah, but yeah, I'm usually a watching girl. So Netflix Money Explained is a good one. They've also got a series called Dirty Money, which teaches you a lot about like the corruption that goes on in finance. Yeah. And I actually find that really interesting too. So yeah, those are books that I'd recommend, and movies.
Thank you. We'll definitely check them
Oh,
out.
yes, please.
Okay, so lastly, in terms of how people can connect with you, and then also could you plug all the stuff that you're doing?
Oh, yay. So yes, you can find me at Finance is Fun with Rach on Instagram and TikTok. And I have a linktree link in my bio where you can find my gift aid tax relief template I've got on there, one-to-one coaching if you're interested, my budget track is on there, and a blog that I wrote with you actually is on there as well about overconsumption. So yeah, most of my things, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and through my linktree.
Brilliant. This has been so much fun.
I've had a really good time.
Yeah, thank you. It's a wrap.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Guys.
Yeah. Well, I can say that congratulations. I hope you're happy. I am. What was it? What did he say? Well done, Jane, or whatever Rachel.
Thanks so much.
I hope you're very happy.
I am, but it's a common feeling, to be honest. Yeah, it's normal. It was so good I forgot my place. And I was like, gosh, there's so many. Where does one go? So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And I think the trick is like your questions and then get back into
really,
it.
do you know what this hard. Is? You ate with this. This is a good addition in terms of pay, because also it made me relax a lot more. Nice. Dear gosh. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. How did you find today? Let's interview you. How did you find today, Arlene?
I found it fun. I could relax. The prayer was so good.
Oh,
that was a good first thing
glad.
to do, because I felt like my shoulders then just go down.
You're a natural.
Thank you.
You're so good at this. I don't know how you do it. Honestly, it's phenomenal.
We keep going.
No,
it was
so
placed in my heart.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't move on from it. So here we are.
I love that. that. How are things going with you, by the way?
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Positive.
Oh, I
in
love
all
that.
fronts. Yeah, there's a few things that are still pending, but there's less stress now.
Yeah,
compared to before. It's like everything's right. But now we're just going with it, and things are coming to us.
Amen.
It's nice.